In the previous tutorial we've created the splash screen of our app, but just a splash screen isn't much of an app yet, so let's create another few artboards. The design of the artboard is more or less the same. We're going to reuse the typography, the logo, and of course the gradient in the background. So let's Alt and drag the complete artboard to create another one and already have those design ideas in there. But of course this element can be moved to the top, maybe a bit smaller, or maybe I don't need the brief history of type text. The logo will be my menu button, so I can scale it down a bit, move it to the left, and science can be a bit smaller as well. Let's make it at 60 points. And if I would like to have a drop shadow like idea for this little white oval, I could copy Command C, Command V and paste it again, and give it a black fill color and move it to the back. Right click, send to back, and then give it an object blur, maybe a bit more. That would be cool. And let's decrease the opacity a bit. Of course there needs to be some content in here as well, so let's import a file from the assets. So let's go to File, Import, and import the main JPEG, the background main JPEG, and move it over here, maybe a bit bigger, so that we are aware of this is science. Let's arrange and send to back again. And then make some space for text, if you will. So maybe what we could do is create a rectangle or another shape that you'd like for the text in there without the border. And then I would like to continue on. So this is an area for some introduction text. But I need to have a nice header as well for the heroes of the past. So let's make the text fairly smaller and white on the purplish background, so it stands out a bit more. And then type heroes from the past. Let's align it to the center. Of course these intelligent guidelines will help me a lot. And then I would like to sum up at least 3 scientists from the past, but there isn't any space left, so I need to extend this artboard so it will be scrollable on my iPhone. So when I'm selecting the artboard and drag out the bottom end, there we go. This will give me some space to highlight 3 heroes from the past in science. So let's give them a button, maybe a rectangle, but when I'm drawing this one, probably it will work with rounded corners. What you can do with these little dots in the corners, just click and drag backwards and you've got your rounded corners rectangle. And let's create some space in here as well for a nice photo. And of course some text. Marie Curie will be the first one. Let's drag and drop it on top. Of course white on white doesn't work that good, so let's make it some black text. And one of the cool features of Adobe XD is that you can create a repeat grid over here. So if you want to make 3 scientists, well, convert it to a repeat grid and then just extend this option and you've got your 3 items over here. And I've got my folder with the images in here, so I could place curry.jpg in here. But this element needs to have something different. This is gonna be George Washington Carver. Let's click and drag, and then we've got Charles Darwin as well. There we go. And just alter the text a bit more. Maybe the text size is a bit too big. So let's give it an enter, or just make it a bit smaller, and then you will notice that all the text will get smaller as well, or when I replace it, it will do the same. And finally, of course, there will be need for an explanation about, let's say, Marie Curie. So let's Alt and drag one more time and alter this page as well. Just replace the image with clicking and dragging, In this case, we can talk about the life of Mary Curie and her great research on radioactivity, and create something like this. Let's zoom out with Command- on the keyboard. And these are my 3 artboards, which we will connect together in order to make it interactive in the next video.